and welcome to the Tavern Chat Podcast. I'm your host, Eric Tenkar, your bartender in the OSR, your main proprietor at the Tenkar's Tavern blog. I've gotten a lot of feedback on yesterday's episode where I talk about the mortality of being a gamer and having a game collection and the responsibility that you are leaving your heirs when you pass and what you can possibly do now, today, or in your immediate future to make it easier on your family and friends if you happen to pass an untimely death. I mean, we don't like to talk about it at all. It's one of those verboten conversations, but it is something that should be thought about. Now, most of the feedback I got was actually on Facebook, but Christopher Bishop left us a message, and we're going to listen to that now. And I'm going to, a few extra words on that before I move on to the next.
Hey Eric, this is Chris Bishop from Omens and Portents blog, Alex Karazoon's blog. He also did Fireborn Games for a while. And I'm just calling in regards to your inheritance piece. I completely agree with you that, our group is not aging pretty. I hate to say it, but just like factory workers take a toll on their bodies, playing games takes a toll too. Years of sugar, sweets, and everything else, man. Half of us are diabetic, half of us got heart problems. Heck, I'm in a wheelchair. So, as I look around my collection, I've already started slimming it. I only keep one copy of anything. I don't hold on to extras. I don't have anything I won't grab and use. And I'm getting to the point where I'm really starting to look at some of my stuff and go, okay, am I ever going to play this with anybody? What's the possibility of playing? So having to make a lot of considerations.
Chris, thank you for leaving your message, your voicemail. You know that the topic is an interesting and important one when it encourages people who might not normally leave a voicemail to leave a voicemail. You got irregulars, but yeah, like I said, we're not necessarily the healthiest bunch. I don't know how many gamers I know that I don't know, run marathons, lift weights, or that you look at. There are a few that you look at and you go, wow, this person leads a nice, healthy life. But most of us don't. And that's just, I think, Americans in general. So, and then just being a gamer just kind of compounds that. But yeah, now is the time where when we are in control of what we do, maybe now's the time to consider downsizing or organizing or both. I mean, you can have a large collection if it is cataloged. If people can come in, your spouse, your family, trusted friends can come in and say, "Hey, I printed out I printed out the catalog of Tenkar, and holy shit, he's got a lot of stuff." And some of it, you might just want to bulk sell to someplace like Half Price Games, but some of it really has to go out to collectors. I think that's important. And none of us are getting any younger. So now's the time to think about that. And now, as I'm thinking about that, I had this discussion with my wife, Rach. And she was saying that, well, there's stuff that I'm thinking about giving to my niece, she's 8. And Rachel's like, well, have you thought about donating it to North Texas RPG Con? And North Texas it's next week. I'm literally arriving. This time next week, well, I'll likely be in the hotel bar or setting up the Frog table or one of the many other things that will be necessary. But the reality is, I have far too much stuff, and I have duplicates. I have 2 sets of the 1E Collector's Edition core books. One, because I bought a set, so I'd have play copies where I wouldn't have to go back to using my originals. And then Rachel wanna set it where else? North Texas RPG Con. So I actually have 2 sets. And as such, or 3 if you count the originals, 4 if you count the fact that I have duplicates of the originals after buying out somebody's collection. So yeah, I have way too much shit. So now I am thinking perhaps for next year's North Texas, I go through what I have and reach out to Bad Mike and see if there is some stuff that can be donated to the con, something that would be of interest to the con, not just slop. I'm not looking, but something that may raise some money for the expenses. North Texas is an amazing con, and it pretty much runs in the red every year. And it runs in the red because those that run it, Doug and Mike, are running a con as they would like it run. It's not really run for a profit. It's run because it's like a stay vacation for them. And it's awesome. And it shows. The love for the community shows the way these 2 gentlemen run this con. And I'm just trying to think of ways I can give back. Like I said, I'll be at North Texas next week. I am running games Friday and Saturday morning. Tego Manor. Using Swords and Wizardry Light rules. If you've played in my games, or if you've played in James Bond's games last year, bring your characters back. They may just level. If the game is closed out, if you can find room at the table, maybe you got to bring your own chair. But I'll try to make room for you. I don't like turning away gamers. I know I got in trouble for that at last year's ShireCon, which holy shit. I owe stuff for ShireCon too. I gotta get that stuff organized. But I got into a little trouble from one individual who was upset that I was allowing more than the 8 that were supposed to be at my table play. And all I can say to that is, if you're running a game and people in your own carpool don't want to fucking play it, you're fucked. Oh, is that right? You're probably running something boring. Yes, you're probably running something what? Boring. Okay. See, I couldn't hear it with my headset. But and Rach was part of the topic because God forbid I allowed her to play in the game, but she wasn't actually on the list. And Rach is never on the list of any of the games that I run. She's welcome in any of them. So most of my friends. Are most of the community. Again, if you're looking to play in a game that Tenkar is running, I'll do whatever I can to make sure you're able to join in if it's humanly possible. So again, North Texas. Next week, I arrive Wednesday afternoon. I leave Monday morning. Rach and I, you can't miss us. I'm the guy with the New York accent. The retired cop. So I'm sure I got some like that New York retired cop look. And you can't get blonder than my wife, Rach. So if you see us together, you probably will see us together a lot. Come over and say hello. That's why we're part of a community, right? To community means to communicate, or has the same root. So I'm sure it has something to do with the communicate with the community. There's communications involved with all that, I am sure. On that note, folks, it's about time for tavern chat, the weekly tavern chat to kick off. So I am going to bid thee adieu, and I'm sure I will see some of you tonight in tavern chat. Thank you, folks. As always, God bless. Be well. Be healthy. Roll those dice. And I will talk with you all tomorrow. Later, folks.